horns up, metalheads. Welcome to Radioactive Metal, The Interviews. In this episode, Snowy sits down to speak with former M.O.D guitarist Tim McMurtrie. Tim's current project is focused on his new record label, Tripsquad Records. So grab a beer, kick back, sit back, and enjoy Snowy's interview with Tim McMurtrie.
First and foremost, one of the things that we want to start, and I guess this is probably what would be your priority project right now, and that would be Tripsquad Records. Now, maybe if you could tell us the who, what, where, everything, behind it, everything that our listeners just might need to know, like to get to know it better.
Sure, yeah. We just formed this year as I got offered distribution from Select Hits, which is a company that's been around since 1960, family-owned and operated, which I was very impressed by, their history and their offer to work with me and have me form my own label. So I partnered up with my partner, Pete Johnson, who is a sales rep for them and also, does a lot of marketing and stuff for the projects that are coming out through the label, Tripsquad Records, where, everyone could go now and check it out. It is up. It's still being worked on every day, but it's tripsquadrecords.com. So definitely go check it out. And, for bands, there's several options and for artists, we actually do hardcore, punk, metal, and rock. And we also do solo artists as well. And we also have a hip hop side of the label that we have someone else that's very big out here on the East Coast that's running that end of the spectrum. I'm doing the other end, but I oversee the entire operations, obviously. But basically, bands can put out a digital, a full digital record with us through 40 to 50 retail stores online where they get SoundScan reports, come in twice a year, and they get paid twice a year from all the reports. And, basically that's one option, or you can do the digital deal plus manufacture up to 500 CDs of your product and get them shipped out to you, and you could sell them for whatever price, we all agree on. And we could try to place them into stores, which is not the normal thing anymore, but we do have Pete that does marketing, has relations for over 25 years working for Arista Records and Priority Records, where he has relations with a lot of the mom and pop shops throughout the U.S. and all, and he can try to get them placed into stores, even if it's a minimal amount. He will surely try. But we also offer a vinyl too, so you can make a 7-inch record or a full full-length LP through us too, which you have to make up to 250 copies and up from there. And everything is in the ballpark. The digital deal itself is around a grand, and everything else is around the digital deal plus the 500 CDs around 2,500, and the digital download plus the 7-inch record or the album is in the ballpark of around like 23, something like that too. So it's all between 2 and 25. So it's all very, very cheap because I've actually put out, my last record with Eulogy, and it cost me more, to be honest with you. So no pun intended towards them. It just costed my band a lot more, almost an extra $1,500 to get it out and get 500 copies. So I think we're kind of, and the thing is, we do get the product placement out there. We can get you into Europe and into other countries, but you have to have a buzz out there. It's got to be smart for us to try and, to do that with you. And everything's based on actually the band's decisions. As most bands today, they manage themselves and they have their own budgets, and, it's a whole nother deal now. Labels aren't signing bands anymore. Labels aren't, doing, much of, any type of money behind anybody unless they're touring and they got a good following and everything. So we're kind of for the new upcoming artists or the old school artist maybe that had good records out back in the day, and he wants to just make all the sales himself and do the project all himself and budget it all out himself or herself. And we have a lot to offer to everybody. That's basically the cookie cutout of it right now. And, that there's also, the great thing is we have a lot of relations with publicists and magazines and people in marketing and promotion. So we have partnered up with several different people on that end as well, where bands and artists can actually get reviews and get interviews and get, press articles, which is like for most upstarting bands or new bands or even guys that were in big bands like myself, trying to put out a project is like starting over again these days. So we're offering all that too. So we're really, really hands-on in helping everybody. I have a girl right now that's working with a couple of my artists right now, a couple of bands. One of them, which I produced, is a metal band called Symmetria. And their record's coming out. They're playing with Overkill on September 30th. And it's going to be pretty awesome, the show that they're on. It's actually pretty fantastical. I'm trying to find it as I'm talking to you. Sorry, because I have the flyer. Yeah, it's actually on the show, too. So it's going to be a great show for them. It's their record release party as well, so we'll have CDs there. I produced their record, and we recorded it out of where I produce out of, which is Traxxas Studios in South River, New Jersey. And if you check out Traxxas, after M.O.D did Rhythm of Fear there, a lot of big bands came through there from the hardcore and heavy metal scene, including Hatebreed, Atreyu, Dillinger Escape Plan, to name a few. Then the Misfits, they got like a Skid Row platinum record under their belt over there before we even got there. So my boy Eric Rachel at that studio is my engineer, and he co-produces and mixes and masters full records for us too. And that's another hat I wear as well. I do produce records, so any bands that want to get something done from me there can also do that too. And the Tripsquad Records .com website will have a section for Tripsquad Productions, and that's where you could get at me for information on having me produce your record too as well.
Right on.
Yep.
Right on. The bands that are going to be involved that you are going to be putting out as well, like I believe your very first release with the record was a compilation just for us hardcore
compilation.
Kids?
Yeah, it's a great compilation, man. That's the thing that we're doing that is really special for a lot of new bands, and that's something that we want people to know, that we are going back into the business of compilations because we feel that, it's tough for bands to sell their own product anymore. They give most of it away and all that, but when you're out there, if you drop one line and you're out fishing in a creek or you're in a lake and you drop one line out there, you got one chance, right? But if you got 16 guys, 16 bands or 20 bands or 20 artists on the same compilation, everyone's pushing and promoting the same thing besides my publicist and all the press I got. Ear Split PR got behind this, which they also are my publicist for my new band, Full Scale Riot, that I'm in. And Ear Split are very popular. They're big. They've been around a while, and most people have heard of them. They have gotten a lot of great reviews for us on this. We've got some excellent reviews all around the board. I can't be more happier than the record. And like I said, compilations is one of our biggest things. We have one for hardcore, just for us hardcore kids, that is out right now, and you could buy it at tripsquadrecords.com. You could also download it anywhere at most digital retail stores online. And, it's around $11.99. You got 16 bands on there. And some of the bands feature big former hardcore artists like Russ from Underdog, and two of his other members were in Underdog. Their new band's called Huge. They're on there. Then you got my new band. I was in M.O.D, and my bassist was in Dillinger for a while, toured with them. And you have our new band, Full Scale Riot. And then you have the original bassist of Agnostic Front, Rob Capula, on there as well, with his new band, Dead Blow Hammer. And, you also have Eddie Sutton from Leeway and his new band, Truth and Rights. So you got four, pretty, big names from the hardcore punk scene that got new projects, and they're on there, and it helped, with the dynamic of promoting for everybody and get the word out. And I just did the same thing for the metal scene. I have actually 2 more positions left on this compilation, but it is called Metal on Metal, and it features, it features Mark Rizzo of Soulfly and his own song that he submitted for this, which he is a very good friend of mine too. So shout out to him. Just played Walking and destroyed it with the Just For Us Hardcore Kids shirt on, which was really cool.
Oh, right
representing Mark's awesome. And then also it has the singer of Raven, John Gallagher, with the guitarist of Overkill, Bobby Gustafson, and the drummer from Overkill, Sid Salk, in the same project called Hail Mary. They're featured a song on there. Plus the guitarist of Hyrax and the drummer of Whiplash and Creator have a band called Uncivil War. That's also on there. And then you got Attacker, New Jersey's thrashers named thrash metal band Attacker. Those guys submitted too. So you got all those great features on there. And right now we're up to about 16 bands, but it looks like we're going to go for 20 on this one. Yeah, so there is actually 4 positions. I'm sorry that I stand corrected. That is available right now to get on, and it's only $300 basically to submit your song if you're like a new band, upcoming band. And what you get out of it is you get shipped to you 30 copies of the compilation, which the inserts have your band's logo and your picture and all your social media on the inside, so people can learn more about you, and as well as you're on it with all those other bands, and you could sell it from anywhere from $12 to $15 a pop at your shows or online, and make back your $300 instantly. So it's like a no-brainer. You kind of can make up to $450 to $500 on it. And besides, you also can order the shirts when we make the shirts, and we can give them to you for a cost price to where you can sell those at your shows too. And you also get the great part about it is whatever sells digitally online, you get paid for. So as many people that download any band's song, say if your band gets downloaded throughout the year 1,000 times or 100 times or whatever it is, 50 times, 10 times, you're going to get paid twice a year off of it.
Oh, very nice.
So you can't really beat it. And the press alone is just phenomenal, because that's another record that the press is going to get behind, the major press and heavy metal, like can get in some big magazines like we have with the hardcore compilation. So that's basically it. And we got a rock compilation too for any rockers out there called Rock Will Never Die. And it's Rock Will Never Die Volume 1. You can see all these on the website too. And for hip hop too, we have one for them too. So everybody's kind of got a comp on here that they could get on and be part of, and there'll always be features. The rock compilation features one of the original cast members of the legendary cult classic movie The Warriors.
Oh, okay.
So one of the actors is actually a musician, singer, songwriter. It was the guy who played Fox. He's one of the Warriors. He's the one that got thrown on the train tracks.
Okay, I remember that.
Yeah, everyone assumed he got killed, but no one really ever knew. But Fox is, submitting a song for this. And also we have a New Jersey native that is pretty much very well known and does very well here in Jersey, has packed houses everywhere he plays. And we're very excited between the both of these guys to have them start that rock comp. But there's plenty of positions available on that too. So, anybody just got to reach out to me. Everything's on Tripsquadrecords.com, or even on Facebook. You could just find Tripsquad Records.
Wow, wow. That's you rattled off all these names in all of your categories, and I got to say that's pretty impressive. That's and that's
30 years of being in the music world. It's just like an entertainment period. I wear a lot of hats. I'm not just Tim, former M.O.D guitarist or producer or record label owner. I also, work in the music world. I have a club where I am actually partners with someone, and it's right across the drink from New York City. I'm right by Giant Stadium. I'm right in Jersey, and we're right through the Lincoln Tunnel. We're right there, and it's called the Blue Room, and I've been there for 8 years, and I help all local bands, local artists all get their shows on, through us, and people can rent the room, throw their own event, party, concert, or show. And, I'm just heavily involved in the music community here in the East Coast, and I'm just playing for all these years and meeting all these people. And even when The Sopranos filmed at the Bada Bing Club, which is a real strip club in Jersey, I was part of the family that owns that club too, and I worked there, and we met all the actors, and I just met a lot of people in entertainment. I just made sure I cemented relations with certain people, and I got the respect from some pretty big names out there that gave me my platform to get started on. And just like everybody else, there's always all the haters. The haters are always there, and but you got to just keep on waving that middle finger at them. It's all you could do, saying you're number one, buddy. There you go.
Yeah, ultimately, I can hear you on that. Yeah. With doing it's 2017, doing a record label these days, isn't that kind of a scary endeavor?
It doesn't really cost you much money to do it if you have someone willing to be your distributor. So if you join forces with people, I don't think it is. It's not like I'm trying to, it's not like some certain labels that still exist out there. See, they have their set bands that tour and make money still and all that. We're hoping to find, that's the whole thing. It's kind of like a rabbit out of the hat trick. You never know. What if one of these bands blows up? That could be the ticket that could still happen. That could still, I believe it could still happen. So I guess that's kind of why I think it's cool. But I also, like I said, I have everything else in entertainment. I basically produce bands. I have my own club where I book concerts. I book international hip-hop artists all over the world with my partner on that. So I'm a booking agent that I book some real huge hip-hop artists and DJs. And I still thought, what? I'm not complete if I don't have a label. I think that's what they saw in me too, to be honest with you. I think the people here, the only reason why they would even have offered for me to do it was because they actually felt like, what? His movement's real. Because it's all about being real. If you're not real, then yeah, it's a farce. Mm-hmm. So, and I know plenty of people that are that. So that's not this kid. I'm a hardworking person. So pretty much right now, without even trying, I have around 7 records coming out from here till the beginning of 2018, probably around 7. If you want, I could run off those records are so people could hear what's coming out on the label too.
Yeah. Let's hear some.
Okay, so I'm just pulling it up right here so I can absolutely be accurate with you. Well, like we said, the hardcore compilation, we already talked about that. It has 16 bands on it. It's called Just For Us Hardcore Kids, and it's out right now. And then we have a band that's close to you guys, almost kind of tiptoeing to your border there. These guys were from Boston, but they moved to Maine, and they're called Choked Out Again, and they're thrashers. So it's like skater thrasher mania, and hardcore. And these guys, they're actually recording right now, and they're going to be done soon. They're going to have it up digitally on Tripsquadrecords.com. So you'll be able to purchase that digitally only. They might make CDs down the line. They might make vinyl down the line. But right now, they're going to go for a digital deal. Okay. And then currently is a re-release of a band I was in 1992, but it actually got our record out in 96 in Germany only on Intercord Bulletproof Records. It was a band called Rhythm Trip, and it was a crossover of hardcore and hip-hop and metal. And it was before like the Limp Bizkits and the Rages and all these other guys did it. We were just so heavy that I don't think that's why we got the crossover shot at the stardom like those bands did. But the thing is like I said, this is a re-release. It's a 20-year re-release, actually 21, but we're calling it 20. And it's coming out September 29th. It's called Rhythm Trip. The album's called Bring the Ruckus. You could even listen to it and find it online on the old label. But you're not going to want to miss this re-release because we remastered it, and we also put 4 bonus tracks from the Lost Sessions, which no one has ever heard before.
Wow.
So you're going to get a special record here. And it digitally, the package just looks tremendous on the CD. It's awesome looking. It like just pops. And we're going to have shirts available for every record we put out, too, just so everyone knows. There'll be the actual shirt will be available on Tripsquadrecords.com with the image of whatever the image of the record is on the front, and anyone could buy it. And they range from like 10 or $12 to like 20, depending on the sizes. And okay, so then that's for September 29th. That will be out worldwide on CD and digital all over. And then there's the band Symmetria that I spoke of before that I produced out of Tracks East in New Jersey. And we mixed and mastered their record. It's in the works. It's actually just got sent today to the manufacturer. They will have CDs, and it will be uploaded digitally, and it will be out the date of their show with Overkill and Crowbar. I think it's in Pennsylvania. It's actually in Pennsylvania, the show. So you could check it out. Actually, let me give you the info because I like to shout out everybody so this way, people know. It's actually Saturday, September 30th, 6 p.m., 21 plus, and it's at One Center Square, and it's in downtown Easton, PA. So it's called the Metal Alliance Tour, featuring Overkill, Crowbar, and actually Havoc is on here too. That's pretty cool.
Oh, right.
So there you go, metalheads, horns up. So if people are around, man, come and check those guys out down there. You could go listen to them at Reverb Nation right now too. They're called Symmetria. Go check them out, guys. They're really awesome. And also, let me get back to this page where we were at here. I'm trying to get you a list of everything going on because there is a lot. So Symmetria was the next one. And basically, we are going back to that Metal on Metal compilation. There are 4 positions left. Like I said, I told everyone who it features. There's like 5 big featured artists on it. And it'll get a lot of press on this. And, just get at me, guys, at tripsquad-tim@hotmail.com or tripsquadrecords.com. And then, let's see, coming out in October, I think it's October 27th is the release date. It is a hardcore punk 7-inch record from the band Desperadizio, and the record's called Paradise of Despair. Yeah, October 27th. It's a 7-inch that has got 50 out of 250 colored spec vinyl. It's blue and white colored spec or splatter. And basically, they're going to sign it and make special packages out of those 50. I don't know what the retail cost will be of that, but the band will have it all, ready when it's going to come out. But it's October 27th. It's a 7-inch, and it'll be available digitally too. So you'll be able to download it too if you don't want the packaging. But people love those 7 inches, that's for sure, man.
Oh yeah.
And let's see, the last thing is the Rock Will Never Die compilation. That's going to be definitely in 2018. And it looks like the Metal on Metal will probably be 2018 too. But those are all the projects right now. So you've got basically 7 that are up and running. And, the hip-hop end of the label just kind of got put together. And the guy running it is just getting things going on that end. But you can view some of the info on that too if you go to tripsquadrecords.com. And, I know it's mostly a metal and hardcore punk interview. So, I hope anybody interested will check us out, man. There's still a pulse on the radar. Don't fear. We're not throwing the towel in yet.
Well, as long as you stand by your phone, because I'm pretty impressed with some of these names and artists you've thrown out. And some of these individuals, I wouldn't mind getting on the show soon.
Well, absolutely. Now that you, Quentin, now that we're friends, I mean, this is definitely going to happen. So you just basically, you just let me know, remember everything, and just keep in touch with me, because it's all about hassling me and getting me to remember myself, because I feel like I'm a baseball batter, but I'm getting thrown, baseballs by 50 pitchers at one time. It's kind of what I feel like. So it's great. It's great to have reminders. I'm absolutely down, because it's that kind of situation, which is a good thing. I think so. I'm happy.
For sure. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm glad you mentioned baseball, because I got the game on up here. I know you're a Yankees fan, and they're playing the Jays right now.
Yeah, man. It's close. I think it's 3-2 right now.
Actually, while we were talking, the Yanks went ahead 6-3.
Oh, okay. Wow. Yeah, I'm looking at.
But we beat you last night, so.
Yeah, you did. And you got us.
yeah, because Canada has one baseball team, so the whole country kind of gets behind the Jays.
Hey man, why not? Why not? I agree. I know we got too much. That's the problem with the U.S. We got too much to choose from.
Mm-hmm. So. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So when the comeback's on, don't worry. I'll be letting you know when the Jays take the lead here tonight. Don't worry.
I'm sure you will.
Yeah.
That was Snowy's chat with Tim McMurtrie, at least part 1, that is. Tune in next week when Snowy and Tim kick it old school and talk about the old days in M.O.D. This is one interview you don't want to miss. So until next time, horns up and rock out.
Visit us at radioactivemetal.org or go to iTunes for past episodes and write a review. Listen to us live every Thursday night on purerockradio.net. You can also listen to us on Stitcher.com, TuneIn.com, Google Play, and all the other podcast aggregators. You can purchase the music featured in this episode by going to radioactivemetal.org and clicking on the episode link. Leave us a voicemail. We want to hear from you. Call 321-80-HEAVY or 321-804-3289. We may even play it on the show. Email us at radmetal666@gmail.com with suggestions or for indie spotlight submissions. Follow us at facebook.com/radmetal, twitter.com/radmetal666, and instagram.com/radioactivemetal. This has been a presentation of Radioactive Metal. It's not metal unless it's radioactive metal.